Nicola Sturgeon has been accused of rushing through the contract for two troubled ferries for political reasons, an ex-shipyard owner has claimed. The former owner of the Ferguson Marine Shipyard has repeated his accusation that the contract for two troubled ferries was rushed through for political purposes, something strongly denied by the SNP government. Jim McColl said the shipyard in Port Glasgow would not have taken on the work if it knew of the objections from Caledonian Maritime Assets Limited, CMAL. The SNP government-owned company which owns ferries and ports. He also accused Nicola Sturgeon of conducting a fabulous propaganda exercise. Last week, an Audit Scotland report said the contracts for the two unfinished ferries, known as Glensanix and Hull 802, were awarded to Ferguson Marine in 2015 despite CMAL's reservations. At the weekend, Mr. McColl said the contracts were awarded quickly for political purposes due to the SNP conference. Though First Minister Nicola Sturgeon has since said this is flatly wrong. Speaking to the BBC's Good Morning Scotland radio programme on Tuesday, Mr. McColl said, "Had I known at the time that CMAL were strongly opposed to it, I wouldn't have taken this contract. How can you work with a buyer who doesn't want you to be there?" Mr. McColl, the owner of Clyde Blowers Capital, bought the shipyard in 2014, 4 years before it was nationalised. Marine engineering experts told him the preparation for the specification of the contracts was rushed, Mr. McColl said. According to Mr. McColl, the yard was asked to make constant changes to the design of the two ferries during his ownership. He said, "There's been a fabulous propaganda exercise carried out by the government to try and put the blame of this onto the previous management at Ferguson's. Ferguson's had absolutely top-class management that did a great job, and that's why I'm speaking out to support them because they are being, I think, unfairly criticised. And again, I think this is clearly for political purposes, to put the blame onto them rather than the government accepting responsibility." Mr. McColl was asked about the 2017 launch event for the Glensanix, attended by Ms. Sturgeon, when the windows were allegedly painted on because the ferry was unfinished. He said, "The windows were covered up. I don't think it was painted. I think it was a plastic cover on 'em over the front.